I'm not healing. Wicked Wolf! Oh my god, it didn't give it to me.
So, this is how it ends. The Predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
I don't like that I couldn't save him.
So, what we have here is a clear matter of life and death, and only you can make a difference.
What? What are these choices, bro? We either let him... So we have to fight him? Okay. Game, you gotta explain this bullshit to me. I have to fight him 3 times. Not 1. Not 2. 3. And then you're telling me I can let him live or let him die? Like, what the fuck is that? I said the entire game I would not take, especially since I found out, I would not take revenge against him because our mother went in and killed his mother. And that's what started this whole tale of revenge. Revenge just begets more revenge, man. That's all it does. Doesn't do you any good, except in the moment. And even then, right after it, you're going to feel terrible. We're letting him live.
You continue to make bad decisions and mistakes. Oh, it never ends.
It's easy to make a good decision when there's only one option. The only mistake here is you.
My mistake is letting you speak. My conviction is that the world would be a better place without your voice.
Convincing yourself doesn't win the argument. In the end, we won't remember the words of our enemies.
I just don't understand that logic.
Of our friends.
The weak can't forgive. Forgiveness is a strength. It's not all life and death. It's no better time than now to accept a helping hand.
Yeah, that's the rope out. Letting him live. I'm not killing him. Not doing it.
Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You've walked the thin line between survival and disaster and haven't lost your balance yet. It's because of you the Tree of Life and the world has been given a second chance.
I guess.
You carried the light in a world full of dark and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Myriad tribe and acted on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other.
True.
This isn't the end. Just being surrounded by nature as it heals itself will rejuvenate us. Nature will teach us how to survive. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow.
All right. Look at all these dudes. These are, so this is the book guy at the airport. This is the cool guy that gave us the octopod. There's Goop, and then the climby guy. He gave us he gave us the upgraded fist and the upgraded crowbar.
He knows things that you need to know.
Which has been just instrumental the whole game. I'm following my conscience, apparently. Let's go. The below above. Yeah. We getting in the ship? What are we doing here? Yeah, I chose to save those because they're the coolest ones.
As foretold, you were destined to split the chains of this world. But you're not alone. You filled the Ark, and those that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey.
Yeah, that guy at the airport was too cool. Airport was also pretty awesome. A little short-lived, but...
Is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their light nature than this one? Whether or not,
I don't know.
we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your light nature and saved the world. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all.
Okay.
What could be better than ending the story the right way? Ending it your way. A beginning of something new.
Alright. Alright, David Shaw Parker. Very well done. His narrating did not piss me off at all. There was one line there was a couple of like cheeky lines he said that I thought were awful. But otherwise, he did frickin' great. I know people really didn't like that the narration. It's constant throughout the whole game. I would prefer it to not happen in conversations, but whatever. What are you gonna do? That was like one of the weakest parts of the game. Aside from the combat kind of feeling like you have to learn to shoot, melee, and use all of the other abilities at the same time. Otherwise, the fights are just kind of a mess. I thought trying to focus on one weapon all the time was maybe a little bit boring, so it was nice to kind of experiment with some of the different weapons. That was a lot of fun. The looting, kind of weird. I don't mind doing any of that. But the side quests, there was so many side quests in this game, and I did all the ones I found. Now, that being said, I don't think I got all of them. But I did get a bunch of achievements surrounding that stuff that was like, oh, you did, and I don't care about achievements or anything, but it was like, hey, you definitely blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's pretty rad. I'll take that. Like, sure. Yeah, the customization with the guns and your outfits and being able to kind of have a whole look going and not really caring at all what the stats are, like I did at the beginning of the game, because it's kind of weird. At the like early game, before you get out into some of the more open spaces and crazier enemies, you needed a lot of armor, it seemed like, because you just didn't have a lot of good weapons. So it's nice kind of dressing your character up however you wanted, and you could change their mutations and whatnot at a couple of places. I thought that would have been a little more featured, but it wasn't. The shooting in this game, rough. The melee, a little rough at times, but not bad. The abilities, I don't know. Like I said, all of those sometimes coming together would be weird. You just had to kind of figure it out, and you could just start steamrolling. And that's kind of what happened the back third of the game, I would say. I just steamrolled. Probably from like level 25 or 30 on, I just steamrolled everything. It wasn't even a challenge. Which is a little bit of a bummer, but it was a really cool game. Way too ambitious, too many quests. Most of them being fetch quests. Go here, do this, get another quest. Oh, you need to complete this quest to do this quest. That's not really my cup of tea anymore because it's not 2006, but I enjoyed it. For the most part, it ran really well. The inventory management, I think, was a complete and utter joke. They did put in a patch just today or within the last day or so. I think it was today, actually, that fixed a lot of that stuff that would have probably saved me, I don't know, at least an hour or two of my time, but I did not enjoy the different areas where you needed a suit, or could have done what I did, which is just put all the crazy amount of bio points all the way into resistances and just call it a frickin' day there, because who cares about putting on these suits all the time, because switching the armor and stuff like that is just broken. That system, having to click the armor piece and then no way to sort stuff, and you couldn't like make outfits. That would have been rad to have, like, oh, I could have this outfit here. Oh man, there were some ways that the customization could have gone some different avenues. It could have gone down, and it just didn't. And I think you look at every single part of the game, whether it's the combat, the storytelling, which is barely there, down to the exploration, the looting, whatever. If there was just like a little bit more in the quality and less in the quantity, I think this game would have been incredible. It was already pretty cool, but all of those negatives there, they don't make this a bad game. They just don't make this a great game. They make it a good game with some rough edges. And that's kind of weird. But they were super ambitious with this. And I think that folds really well for whatever crazy game they make next. Because I'm hoping this game, in some crazy way, as it kind of does its thing, I hope it does super well for them. There's just there's like a way to kind of trim a thing here and, you know, tighten up a thing here, and it would be so cool. I love the vibe of the game, but man, it was rough to get through it. And I realized I did as much stuff as I could because I wanted to get as much out of the game as I humanly could. Wanted to get everything it had to offer, and I think I did, minus probably, I don't know, a handful of things here or there. No clue, really. I didn't see like a percentage complete, or I don't think there was any stats or anything like that. If there was, I didn't see them. Maybe we'll get some of that here after the credits. I don't know. But I thought the music was good. It could be more, and it could be varied in there a little bit better. Some of the enemy types, there could have been more. That would have been interesting. There was a couple instances where we got like one or two more enemy types in a fight, and that was super fascinating. At the airport, I believe we got two of the same tough guys. That was pretty cool. But there's a lot of room for improvement. And if they're still releasing patches now after this game came out, like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago or whatever, it tells me they care about their game, and that's super rad. You know, a relatively small team working on a game this ambitious for quite a long time. This is one of my most anticipated games for a while, and I'm not really disappointed because I got over 40 plus hours of mostly fun out of it. I think at the end the combat was kind of getting a little bit rough, which is why I just started using completely random guns and weapons and whatever. That was a lot of fun, actually. But I hope this goes somewhere for them. Like, I don't know. I think people should also learn to lower their expectations a little bit, because I thought it was fine. It's a good game. Yeah, this is not gonna happen right here. This not gonna. The end. You've completed Biomutant. Like New Game Plus for the main menu to play again. You'll keep all your gear and progression and start at the foot of the Tree of Life. You'll skip the initial parts of the game and begin by allying with any of the 6 tribes, which you didn't get to choose if you could ally or switch. That wasn't really clear how to do that, so I stayed with the same one the whole way through. Before venturing out in the world or replaying all other quests and events, try making other choices and switching your aura to opposite what you played the first time, as it'll give you different end results. I do want to do that at some point, but I don't think that's going to be a thing I get too serious about anytime soon. I would love to do a full dark playthrough just for giggles. I think that would be rad. New Game Plus. Guess we put that on a new slot, huh? Cool. That was Biomutant.